Cardinals had another Hall of Famer named Joe Ducky Medwick. You want to stump somebody? He's the last National Leaguer to win baseball's Triple Crown. Well, Joe Ducky Medwick was a tough guy. And I met him during the latter stages of his life. He was the Cardinals' minor league hitting coordinator, and the Indianapolis Indians were playing the Tulsa Oilers, the Cardinals' AAA team. I introduced myself, and I said, Joe, I'm Howard Kellman. I broadcast the Indianapolis Indians games. And he said, hey, kid, do you know anything about me? I said, yes. Well, I know you were a great player. You're a Hall of Famer. You won the Triple Crown. He said, yeah, and I didn't take anything from anybody. And I'll tell you a story about it. I said, okay. He said, he's playing with the Cardinals. He said, we're playing the Cubs. It's at Wrigley Field in Chicago. You know that place. That's the place where they haven't won a World Series in over 100 years. New ownership, the Cubs may be on their way back. At least they won last night. In any event, he said, we're playing the Cubs in Chicago. And Medwick said, I hit a ball off the wall, and I'm thinking triple all the way. The throw came to the third baseman, Stan Hack. He's all set to tag me out. Well, of course, I didn't want to be tagged out. So I slid with my spikes high. I cut Stan Hack in the arm, and the ball was jarred loose, and I was safe. How do you think all those fans at Wrigley Field felt about a Cardinals player, an opposing player, doing something like that to a Cub? They were not very good is right. They were angry, they were booing, and they were screaming at Medwick for quite a while. It started to simmer down. However, this one fan behind third base was screaming at Medwick at the top of his lungs. And Medwick was screaming at him. And even though Stan Hack, the third baseman, was upset with Medwick, he still said to Joe, Joe, do you know who that is you're screaming at? That's screaming at you? Medwick said, I don't care who it is. He actually used a little stronger language than that, but I don't care who it is, Medwick said, and they continued to yell. Hack persisted. Joe, do you know who that is you're screaming at? That's screaming at you. And Medwick said, okay, who's this guy I'm screaming at? And Hack said, Joe, that's Al Capone. Medwick said, at that point, I stopped yelling at him.